I got another request to go over a little bit more complicated examples with log properties. So if you feel good from the first video, don't feel the need to watch this. There's not that much new information. But if you feel like you need a few more examples for you, I'm happy to go through them. Also, if you want more examples from just this, if you literally Google expanding logs or condensing logs, 1,000,001 examples and other videos show up as well. Alright, and I'm also happy to hop on Google Hangouts with you too. Now that the PSA is over. Let's say you have log base 5 of a to the third, b to the fourth, all taken to the 7th power, and you want to expand this guy out. Well, first you want to go ahead and simplify this guy a little bit using just your exponent rule. So that's the first thing you always do, is apply what you already know about exponents first. So a power of a power, you know, is sort of distributed to each part. This means I have a to the third, 3 a's, 7 times. That means I have how many a's total? I have 21 a's. I have b to the fourth 7 times. That means I have 28 b's. Now from here, this is the multiplication rule. So I can go ahead and expand this out by changing this multiplication to addition. Log base 5 of a to the 21st plus log base 5 of b to the 28th. Now an exponent in a log gets brought out front. So I have 21 log base 5 of a plus 28 log base 5 of b. And then I'm done because I've got just one variable there in the log. Let's try another one. Go ahead and write this guy down and see if you know how to do them on your own. Alright, welcome back. As you notice, this cube root is to everything inside. Now a square root we know is the same as a 1/2 exponent, and a cube root we know the same as the 1/3 exponent. So this becomes log base 7 of a to the third b all to the 1/3 power. This is the same thing. You want to go ahead and when you're working this way, when you're trying to expand them out, you want to go ahead and change those roots to fraction exponents. Now from here again, I can go ahead and expand this out. That becomes log base 7 of 3 times 1/3 is just 1. So I'll go ahead and write out that explicitly that we're multiplying that out there. I'll simplify that in just a moment though. So that becomes log base 7 of just a, because 3 times 1/3 is 1, and I'm just left with a, and then b to the 1/3. Now I can change this into addition because I got multiplication. Log base 7 of a plus log base 7 of b to the 1/3. And then from here I got one more step. My exponent gets brought out front, so that becomes log base 7 of a plus 1/3 log base 7 of b. And then I'm done. So remember, go ahead and change this to everything being taken to a fraction exponent. Alright, next one. So again, I see that cube root again. I want to go ahead and change that to a fraction. Go ahead and do that first, just so you're dealing with all normal exponents. Now I've got multiplication again, so I change that to what? I change that to addition. Plus log base 2, a to the 1/3. Now again, I bring my exponents out front. That becomes 3 log base 2 of z plus 1/3 log base 2 of a. Let me pause there for a second and go back over it. First thing I want to do is I want to make sure everything's just got normal old exponents. I really don't want to be dealing with roots if I don't have to. Then if I've got multiplication, change that to addition and spread out your variables. So you can just be adding up log base 2 of z to the third, log base 2 of a to the 1/3. If I got division, what do you think that'll become? That'll become subtraction. So multiplication becomes addition, division becomes subtraction. And then from here, I know I'm finally done because I brought my exponents out front and I'm just left with one variable with the log. Alright, next one. Before we go ahead and start jumping to breaking up this division, I've got to simplify this expression using my exponent rules first, because I want to just deal with the simplest exponents possible and then simplify from there. So that becomes a to the 8th over b to the 12th because that exponent's just distributed out. Now from here, division becomes subtraction according to my log rules. And now I can bring the exponent out front. That's base 5 still. So let's rehash these steps a little bit. You always first want to simplify according to exponent rules, whether that be distributing a power of a power or changing a root to a fraction. Then you want to go ahead and apply the multiplication and division log rules, changing that into addition and subtraction accordingly. And then last, pull all exponents out of the log. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me if you have questions. Good luck. I'm sure you'll do just fine.